Hello students, as till the last lecture we had completed till the type number 2b. I hope you all might be knowing. I told to consider this one as the type number 1a, yes or no? This as type number 1b, this as type number 2a, this as type number 2b, third one as type number 3a, and this is type number 3p. So we had completed type number 1a and type number 2a. Okay, I had explained each and everything about the type number 1a and type number 2a. As type number 1a, it was integral 1 upon quadratic. I hope you all might be knowing how to frame the step, how to apply the suitable formula, yes or no? So the type number 1a, it was 1 upon quadratic. Type number 2a, it was 1 upon root quadratic, and type number 3a, it was only root quadratic, and its subtype, it was like linear upon quadratic, linear upon root quadratic, and linear into root quadratic. So we had completed the type number 1a based on 1 upon quadratic, type number 2a 1 upon root quadratic, and today we'll gonna see the type number 1p and type number 2p. Sir, what about type number 3a? So this part we'll see after the type number 1b and type number 2p. Now how to remember this type number 1b and type number 2p? It is very simple. Just remember this format as linear upon quadratic, linear upon quadratic. Numerator upon denominator, this numerator will be in the form of linear and denominator will be in the form of quadratic. For type number 2b, you have to remember it as linear upon root quadratic, as it was 1 upon quadratic. Can you see here? It is 1 upon quadratic. This 1 is replaced by linear. Here also the 1 is replaced by linear. So you can remember this as linear upon quadratic and this as linear upon root quadratic. So whenever you come across the sum like numerator is a linear form and denominator it is in quadratic form, so you have to apply a suitable steps, suitable formulas. There is a proper way, proper method to find the integral answer. So let's begin with the type number 1p. I hope you all understood the type number 1a and type number 2a. How to find the answer for 1 upon quadratic and 1 upon root quadratic. Okay, first we used to check that the coefficient of x square should be 1 and the symbol should be positive. Then we have to apply the third term formula, yes or no? I hope you all might be knowing everything. And then after that, uh, we used to apply the suitable formula. So for this here we have three formula, and for this also here we have three formula. So let's begin with linear upon quadratic. So we'll see what is exactly linear upon quadratic and how to frame and how to find the answer. And this type, it is very important sum. It carries for 4 mark. It is a proper 4 mark sum and it is very easy, but the sum is little lengthy. Okay, so don't worry about the length of the sum, just focus on the step, try to buy the steps and everything will be easy. Okay, so remember this format as linear upon quadratic. Okay, or else you can remember this as like this also. Linear we can write as px plus q, and quadratic as ax square plus bx plus c into dx. This is a linear form and this is a quadratic form. Or else you can remember this format as numerator upon denominator. It is on you how to remember, the format. It is on you. Okay, now so there is a proper way to find the answer, as in derivative we have the formula property to find u by v. I hope you all might be knowing what is u by v rule, but here in integration we don't have a proper integral for u by v. So whenever we come across a sum like this, numerator upon denominator, we don't have formula like we used to have in derivative u by v. So here we don't have integral u by v. Yes or no? U into v it is there, but u by v it is not there. So whenever you come across a format like u by v, so there is a proper way, proper steps which you have to follow. So let's begin with the type number 1b. Okay, so now these are the four steps which you have to remember in your mind. Just simply you have to follow the step and you will get the answer properly. As I told, the sum, it is very important. The sum is little lengthy. Forget about the length of the sum. Just simply you have to follow the step to get the final answer. Okay, so now let's begin with the type number 1b. Okay, so first try to keep this format in your mind like this: linear upon quadratic, or else you can keep this format as, you can remember this formula as px plus q upon ax square plus bx plus c. What is px plus q? It is a linear form. And what about ax square plus bx plus c? It is a quadratic form. Or else you can remember this as numerator upon denominator also. So numerator is what? Linear, and denominator is what? Quadratic. So let's focus on the step number 1. So step number 1 is what? Here, whenever you come across the sum like this, linear upon quadratic, so these are the proper steps which you have to follow. Okay, so you have to remember this four easy step in your mind to find the final integral answer. So here, what I had written, you have to express px plus q, that means the linear, or else numerator. It is on you. You can remember the step number 1 like this also: express p x plus q, express linear, or express numerator. Okay, in the form as, so in place of numerator here you can write as px plus q. In place of numerator you can write as linear. Okay, so here numerator is what? Linear. And what is the denominator? deno is what? Denominator. So here denominator is what? Quadratic. So it is on you, but the simplest way it will be, I will suggest to remember this format as in the form of numerator upon denominator, like this: integral numerator upon denominator. Numerator is linear and denominator is quadratic. So what is the proper format? What is the step number 1? You have to express the numerator in this form. So what is the formula here? Numerator equals to a derivative of denominator plus b. So here numerator is what? Is the linear form. And what is the denominator? It is the quadratic form. And what about a and b? It is a constant over there. Okay, so whenever you come across linear upon quadratic form, see to that this is the proper step which you have to follow. This is the proper step. This is the step number 1. Don't change this format. Okay, so you have to express the numerator in this form only. Why we have to do like this? Why we have to express the numerator in this form, because here in integral we don't have u by v rule. In derivative we have u into v, u by v. In integration we have u into v, but we don't have u by v. So here we have to break this u into in a such a way that so that we can find the integral easily. So that's why we are breaking this numerator in a such a way that in the final step you will get the proper integral. Got the point? Okay, so why we have to express the numerator? Because in integration here we don't have u by v rule, so that's why we have to depend upon a certain steps, and this is a textual format. This is not my own format. Okay, so this is a method, proper way in which you have to frame your steps and you have to find your answer. Okay, so the first step is what? Numerator equals to a derivative of denominator plus b. What is the numerator? It is linear. What is the denominator? It is quadratic. Okay, where a and b is what? It's just a constant. And what is the step number 2 here? Step number 2 is what? Compare the coefficient of like power of x and constant term on the left both side. That means we have to compare the coefficient of left hand side and right hand side to find the value of a and b. What is that step number 2? When we will solve the sum, that time I will explain the step in detail. Okay, just remember this. Step number 2 is what? You have to compare the left hand side and right hand side coefficient to find the answer of a and b. What is step number 3? Step number 3 is what? As I told, to remember this format as what? Numerator upon denominator. Yes or no? Here we have to break this numerator in this form. After expressing the numerator in this form, you will replace this numerator by a into derivative of denominator plus b. So you will replace this numerator by this format. So that only I had written here. In place of numerator I wrote this part, as we know that numerator is what? Is equals to a derivative of denominator plus b. So that only I had written here, a derivative of denominator plus b in place of numerator. Can you see? In place of numerator I wrote a into derivative of denominator plus b. Yes or no? Okay, after that what you have to do, whenever you have two terms in the numerator and you have only one term in the denominator, so you can break this integral as a upon c into dx plus b upon c into dx. I hope you all might be knowing this basic step, as it is the first, this all thing it was there in the first exercise. So whenever you have two or more than two terms in the numerator and in the denominator only you have one term, so the you can separate the denominator. So here we have plus, so we can separate. So here it will be what? A is constant, so we can write outside the integral, as we all know that these are the basic step. Any constant we can write outside the integration. So a derivative of denominator, this is plus b, yeah, nothing is there means what? It will contain 1, so b 1 upon denominator. Yes or no? So remember this format. So whenever you will find the answer, you have to replace this numerator by this format and then you have to separate the step. Okay, after that step number 4 is what?